It's been 10 years in the making. Electric Light Theatre is back again with its 10th anniversary show. You'll see Sunraysia's most talented youngsters giving their all in a show packed with excitement, laughter and good times for young and old. With the best of years gone by, plus all new items, you're guaranteed a great night's entertainment at Electric Light Theatre. Showing at the Mildura Arts Centre Theatre on February 4th, 5th, 11th and 12th at 8pm and February 6th and 12th at 2pm. Also showing on February 26th at the Owen Community Centre. Come and support Electric Light Theatre, bringing you 10 years of electric youth.
Electric youth.
rushing of adrenaline is a feeling we all share, an air of expectation, a magic in the air. Now Now has it been so long since we first took to the stage? A group of youth assemble to perform beyond their age. And I don't mind telling you that I have no regrets at all. We're still here. We're still here. We're still here. We're still here. We experienced the rush, and we try to do it right. From the opening night hush to the buzz of final night. And I think it's time I told you I have no regrets at all. We're still here. 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 It's our 10th year, and we're still. Like all things on the planet, our seasons come and go. And why we keep returning, the reasons we all know. Performance is our pleasure, performance is our high. And if it's unfamiliar, you should give this thing a try. If I stop to think of all the fun I've had, the friends I've made, the things I've learned, it's only natural I'd have no regrets at all. Let me tell you, we're still here. 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 It's our 10th year, and we're still.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tonight, Electric Light Theatre brings to you the greatest escape artist since Harry Houdini. I am delighted to present to you the one, the only, the great Magnifico! And his beautiful assistant. Tonight, the great Magnifico will perform for you the Chest of Death. The great Magnifico will perform for you the chest of occasional serious injury? The chest of infrequent minor lacerations? Sorry, as I was saying, tonight the great Magnifico will perform for you the chest of... doesn't really hurt at all?
Are you sure?
Yes?
Okay. I'm really not sure this is gonna work.
The great Magnifico will now hop in the sack with his beautiful assistant. Oh, sorry, with the help of his beautiful assistant.
You know, I used a string bag rehearsal.
The great Magnifico is now being securely tied in an Australia Post mail sack. And we'd like to thank Australia Post for giving us the sack. That's when we decided to go into show business.
Couldn't I just do a few tricks with some string or something? Look, I really don't think I can do this, okay?
The chest will now be secured by two 1.5-inch tempered steel padlocks. These locks have been stringently tested by the Victoria Police and the CSIRO and have been found to be completely useless. The chest will now be further secured by 3 large ropes, tied by the great Magnifico's beautiful assistant. What? What do you mean you can't tie knots? How do you do your shoes up in the morning? Well, where am I going to find someone who can tie knots at this hour of the night, huh?
We're riding along on the crest of the wave and the sun is in the sky.
Bob a job.
We seem to be missing the third rope. Have you seen the third rope?
No.
Do you know where the third rope is? Well, has anyone seen the third rope? Ladies and gentlemen, the great Magnifico!
Oi, oi, let me out here. Is anyone there? Come on and help me. I need some help.
And that concludes tonight's
Get me out of this
presentation.
box.
Thank you.
It's dark.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all to Lenny's on this fine evening. Tonight we have a real treat for you, all the way from New Orleans, Miss Amelia Jackson. Please make her welcome.
Hi there. I hope you're enjoying the show. This little number is for all you swinging sisters out there. Sister, you've been on my mind, oh sister. We're two of a kind, my sister. I'm keeping my eye on you. I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues, my sister. Have I got news for you? I'm something. I hope you think that you're something too. Scooping, I've been down that lonesome road and I've seen a lot of suns going down. But trust me, no low life's gonna run you around. So let me tell you something, sister. Remember your name, no twisters. Gonna pull your stuff away, my sister. Wish I ain't got a whole lot of time. So shake that shimmy, sister. 'Cause honey, the shag is feeling fine. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's all very sweet. But we need something to get this joint jumping.
They have a new expression along old Harlem way that tells you when a party is 10 times more than gay. To say that things are jumping leaves not a single doubt that everything is in full swing when you hear somebody shouting. This joint is jumping, it's really jumping. Come in, cats, and shake your hands. I mean, this joint is jumping. The piano's thumping, the dance is bumping. This is sport, it's more than heart. In fact, this joint is jumping. human things that you don't understand. But if you love him, you'll forgive him. Forgive him. Even though he's hard to understand. And if you love him, you'll be proud of him. 'Cause after all, he's just a man. Stand by your man and tell the world you love him and give him all to come to when nights are cold and lonely. Stand by your man and tell the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Stand by your man. Stand by your man and tell the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Stand by your man.
I tell you, friend, this town is going downhill fast. One no good outlaw after another, and all the sheriff does is sit in the jailhouse and drink Coca-Cola. Hasn't he tried the Pepsi taste test? You're right, Sam. What this town needs is another hero. Someone to set the outlaws a running. Give us clean living folks a chance. Yep, that's what we sure do need. Bad news, folks. Louis the Guy's in town. Don't worry, folks. He wouldn't dare come in here. It's Louis the Guy. The meanest, orneriest, rottenest outlaw south of the Queensland border. Why do they call him Louis the Guy?
Louis the Guy, I'm Louis the Guy, straight from rubbish tip to you, spreading disease with the greatest of ease. That's what I was born to do. I'm fat and mean and mighty unclean, afraid of no one except the man with the can of Mortine. Hate that word, Mortine.
Oh, that's why.
Give me a drink.
Yes, sir. What do you want?
Lucozade, straight. I'm feeling a bit weak. I'm a-taking over this here town and no one's gonna stop me.
It's the Milky Bar Kid!
The Milky Balls are on me! That's Milky Bar, it's clean and white. Get out of town, Louis.
Who's gonna make me, kid?
I will.
Haw, haw, haw.
If you're not gonna leave, Louis, I'm gonna use my Milky Bar gun on you. It don't kill you, just fills you full of cleanness and niceness and whiteness.
How's that possible?
It gets in, like liquid gets in a chalk.
That wasn't hotter than Chuck.
That's right, kid, so it won't work. And now I'm gonna fill you full of lead.
Stranger.
You better believe it, Pilgrim. Now, Louis, you do as the kid says and get the hell out of town.
I ain't going.
Then I'm gonna have to kill you.
Gee, mister, I sure want to thank you for saving this here town.
No sweat, kid. There you go. Yeah.
Above gave man an arm of iron, so he could do his job and never shirk. The Lord above gave man an arm of iron, but with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, someone else will do the blinking work. With a little bit, with a little bit, with a little bit of luck, you'll never work. The Lord above made man to help his neighbour, no matter where, on land or sea or foam. The Lord above made man to help his neighbour, but with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, when he comes around you won't be home. With a little bit, with a little bit, with a little bit of luck you won't be home. Oh, you can walk the straight and narrow, but with a little bit of luck you run amok. The gentle sex was made for man to marry, to tend his needs and see his food is cooked. The gentle sex was made for man to marry, but with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, you can have it all and not get hooked. With a little bit, with a little bit, with a little bit of luck you never work. With a little bit, with a little bit, with a little bit of bloomin' luck.
That bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Sleep, sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight, not for all the jewels in the crown. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things,
I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time. I gotta be there in the morning, spruced up and looking in my prime. Girls, come and kiss me, show how you miss me, but get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, roll up the floor. If I am whistling, me at the door. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Kick up a rumpus, but don't lose the compass, and get me to the church. Get me to the church. For Pete's sake, get me to the church on time. Roll up the floor. If I am whistling at the door. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Kick up a rumpus, but don't lose your compass, and get me to the church. Get into the church. For Pete's sake, get me to the church on time. But don't lose the compass, and get into the church. Get into the church. For Pete's sake, get into the church on time. Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Rubber-dee-oh, rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, you're my very best friend, it's true. Every day when I make my way to the tubby, I find a little fella who's cute and yellow and chubby. Rubber-dubber-dubby, rubber ducky, you're so fine, and I'm lucky that you're mine. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Rubber ducky, you're the one. Make my bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Rubber-dee-oh, rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, you're my very best friend, it's true. Every day when I make my way to the tubby, I find a little fella who's cute and yellow and chubby. Rubber-dubber-dubby, rubber ducky, you're so fine, and I'm lucky that you're mine. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of. Rubber ducky, I'd like a whole pond of. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
everything was alright. Well, I stepped out of the tub, put my feet on the floor, wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And then a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how's I didn't know there was a party going on? Bing bang, I saw the whole gang dancing on my living room rug. Flip flop, they were tearing the bop. All the teens had the dancing bug. There was a lollipop with Peggy Sue. Good golly, Miss Molly wasn't even there too. And then a splish splash, forgot about the bath. And when I put my dancing shoes on, I was a splishing and a splashing. I was a rolling and a strolling. I was a moving and a grooving. I was a reeling with the feeling. I was a splishing and a splashing. I was a rolling and a strolling. I was a moving and a grooving. I was a reeling with the feeling.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wander by wander, over, sideways and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go. Say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear. And now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, dreaming through and endless time and side.
Don't you dare close your eyes. Hold your breath, it gets better.
I can't go back to where I used to be. Unbelievable sight, indescribable feelings, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless time and sky.
A whole new world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world, that's where we'll be. A thrilling chase, wondrous place for you and me.
I've got to be joking.
What are you doing?
I'm reading my horoscope. It's really amazing.
Amazing. What? Does it have some totally predictable joke in it about Uranus?
No, this stuff is serious. You wouldn't believe how accurate these things are.
Oh yeah? Prove it to me. Give me some shred of evidence, a minute piece of fact that will somehow prove to me that that stuff is real. I don't believe it.
Oh, you're such a skeptic. You won't believe anything I say, will you?
That's not true. My mind is totally open to any suggestions, even if they are nonsense.
Oh, see?
No, sorry. Go ahead. I'm totally yours. Go ahead.
Right. Well, here's today. Aquarius. You could be your own worst enemy this week. Your instinct warns you against something, but you'll probably ignore it. You could come into a lot of money this week. A legal situation will take a surprising twist.
Yeah, and?
Well, about your own worst enemy bit. I was lying in bed this morning, and I just knew I shouldn't have gotten out. Well, I did get out, and you wouldn't believe it. I stepped on the buckle of my belt and hurt my foot.
And what about the money?
Oh, I won $5 on a scratchy.
And the legal situation bit?
Oh, some bloke got jailed for 20 years for killing his wife.
How does that relate to you?
Well, it doesn't really. But he was an Aquarius too.
Well, I'm not convinced.
Oh, what's your star sign?
Oh, come on, it's not... Okay, Taurus.
Right. Taurus. You'll encounter two strangers. One will be dressed as a pirate, and the other as a banana. They'll have a sword fight, and the pirate will win.
And do you expect me to... That just proves what I was saying.
What do you mean? It was spot on.
I know, but I lied. I'm a Capricorn.
One, two, one. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag, grand old flag. There's a feeling comes a-stealing, and it sets my brain a-reeling when I'm listening to the music of a military band. Any tune like Yankee Doodle simply sets me off my noodle. It's that patriotic something that no one can understand. Way down south in the land of cotton, melody untiring, ain't that inspiring? Hurrah, hurrah, we'll join the Jubilee. And that's going some for the Yankees, by gum. Red, white, and blue, I am for you. Honest, you're a grand old flag. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag.
I've been around the world 10 times, I've been most everywhere, but now I know it's true, no other country can compare with the people and the places in the good old USA. So pardon me, but I've just gotta stand right up and say that I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die, a real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle went to London just to ride the ponies, I am the Yankee Doodle boy.
I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. In Dixieland, where I was born in early on one frosty morning. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Then I wish I was in Dixie. Hooray, hooray. In Dixieland I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie. Away, away, away down south in Dixie. Away, away, away down south in Dixie.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. I have read a fiery gospel written burnished rose of steel. As he deals with my condemners, so with you my grace shall deal. Let the hero born of women crush the serpent with his heel, since God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. shall never call retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him, be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. His truth is marching on.
my creation will be ready. Years of experiments and decades of second-rate monster movies have led up to this moment. Booster power!
Again, the SEC are already threatening to cut off our power if we don't pay the bill.
I've told you before, Igor. This is a government-funded research project. We don't pay bills. I must have more power! Tell Mrs. Frankenstein to shut off that blender.
Right.
Wait! The moment is nigh. We must set the controls and complete the mixture.
Yes, Master.
Synthetic infiltrator on.
Check.
Molecular activator to high.
Check.
Electron injector on.
Check.
Photon discharge to full boost.
Check.
Gas or charge.
Check.
Right. Come here, Igor. The final mixing.
Yes, Master.
3 drops of the essence of terror. 5 drops of sinister sauce.
When the stirring's done, may I lick the spoon?
Of course, of course. And now for the tincture of tenderness. But I must use only a touch. For without a touch of tenderness, he might destroy me. What? Too much? Better hold your breath. It's starting to tick.
Better hold my hand, I'm feeling sick.
Hello, Daddy.
What have I done?
I'm Mildura, your brand new son.
Oh no! I've created a friendly creature. Stupid but friendly, like crackers.
Hey, Daddy, can I have a milkshake?
Oh, I failed again. Why is it always me?
Failed again? What happened last time?
Well, I'll tell you.
Oh, goody, I love songs.
Shut up!
I was working in my lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. When the monster from his lab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
he did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
He caught on in a flash.
The monster mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the monster bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abode to catch a joke from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
They caught on in a flash.
The monster mash.
They did the monster mash.
The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. They did the mash.
They did the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
They did the mash.
They caught on in a flash.
The monster mash.
They did the monster mash. The scene was rocking over din and the sound. Eagle Unchained backed by his baying hound. The coven bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Gripping of
They did
Eyes.
the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
They caught on in a flash.
The monster mash.
They did the monster mash.
Out of his coffin, Drax's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and just shook his fist and said,
Whatever happened to my Transylvanian twist?
Now the mash.
It's now the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It is the graveyard smash.
It's not the mash.
You catch on in a
The
flash.
monster mash.
It is the monster mash. Now everything's cool. That's a part of the band. And my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, shove the monster
Now you can
do.
mash.
Now you can monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
It is the graveyard
Now
smash.
you can mash.
You catch on in a
The
flash.
monster mash.
It's now the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
Daddy, that was fun. Can I go watch Roger Ramjet now?
Shut up, you.
Igor, can I go?
But Master, where's the creature you created last time? Where?
Don't you remember, Igor? Don't you remember when I created you?
No.
Don't you remember doing the monster mash, Igor?
No.
Don't you remember doing the time warp, Igor?
Now that I remember.
Time warp.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control. I remember doing the time warp, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the voice would be calling. Let's use the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Yes, yes, jump to the left, and then a step to the right. With your hand on your hip, and bring your knees in tight. Cut into pelvic thrust, that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's so dreamy. Oh, fantasy, free me. So you can't see me. No, not at all. In another dimension, with voyeuristic intention, well secluded, I'll see all. With a bit of a mind flip, you're into the time slip, and nothing can ever be the same. You're spaced out on sensation, like you're under sedation. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Into the jump to the left, and then a step to the right. With your hand on your hip, and bring your knees in tight. But it's a pelvic thrust that really does you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Yeah!
Freeze, dirtbags! This is a raid! Up against the wall, you're all under arrest! Aw, Chuck. Sorry everyone, but the party's over. No more weirdo dancing for you, no more noise. We've been called in.
You can't come in here.
What do you mean the party's over? Who are you anyway? The Noise Abatement Society?
No, we're Ghostbusters, and you're goners.
Oh no! We've got Ghostbusters!
We've got Ghostbusters?
I love this song!
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! There's something weird and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If you see your things come through your head, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Ah! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Hey! Oh! Hey! You! E-R-S! G! Hey! Oh! S! B! U! S! E-R-S! I ain't afraid of no ghosts! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! You're all alone. You pick up the phone and you call Ghostbusters! Let's go! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I hear like the girls. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Eagles, neighbors, they call Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! 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 Ghostbusters!
Right. Good evening, everyone. Howdy. And welcome to Acting 101. Settle down, please. Now, as you all know, we were hoping to have Sir Anthony Hopkins speaking to us tonight on acting. But unfortunately, Sir Anthony has had to cancel due to an unforeseen award ceremony. But I have been able to procure the services of a local actor, Mr. Bernard Hupper, who was luckily not busy tonight. It's my pleasure to now read for Mr. Hupper as he illustrates his own lecture on Shakespearean acting entitled The Actor's Art by Bernard Hupper. So, The Actor's Art by Bernard Hupper. At the centre of the Elizabethan world sits the king. Upon the character of the king depends the plot, so there are many different kinds of king. The benign king. The benign king with a physical defect. The mad king. The evil king. The evil king hatching a plot. And the mad king hatching an egg. An important part was also played by messengers, who may be categorized into many different types. A messenger enters bearing good news. A messenger enters bearing bad news. A A messenger enters bearing indifferent news. A messenger enters bearing bad news, which he thinks is good news. Death came swift and often in this brutal world. Death could come at the hands of a total stranger. Or it could come at the hands of one's closest friends. Poison was particularly popular, applied to the frothing cup of ale of the unsuspecting victim. First, we look at the simple poisoning kill. Blech! Now, at the villain, attempting to use the poison. But, in the end, all these were merely devices, amounting to nothing whatsoever without the plot. At the centre of the plot stands the hero, who is king. He has a twin brother. Who is a villain with a physical defect. War comes and the hero must lead his men into battle. At the gate, the hero's mistress waits to bid her lover farewell. The war rages on for many years, until, at last, a messenger arrives, bearing the bad news of the death of the hero. So, the villain becomes king. But the message was wrong, and years later, the hero returns. In disguise. Revealing his identity to the audience by means of a surreptitious wink. But his brother, the villain, recognizes him, and they fight. Finally, the villain is mortally wounded. He dies. In character. Our hero wins his rightful throne and celebrates with a frothing cup of ale found by his brother's throne.
Well, since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, blind kid sure plays me pinball. He stands like a statue, becomes part of the machine, feeling all the bumpers and always playing clean. He plays by intuition, the digit counters fall. That deaf, dumb, blind kid sure plays me pinball. He's a pinball wizard, has to be a twist. Pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. I don't know. Has to be a twist. A pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. I don't know. Ain't got no distractions, can't hear no buzzing bells. Don't see no lights flashing, he plays by sense of smell. He always gets a replay, I've never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb, blind kid sure plays me pinball. And he's a pinball wizard, has to be a twist. A pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. I don't know. Well, since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, blind kid sure plays me pinball.
loves a fairy when she's old. She may still have the magic power, but that is not enough. They like their bit of magic from a younger bit of stuff. When once your silver star has lost its glitter, and your tinsel looks like rust instead of gold. Fairy days are ending when your wand has started bending. No one loves a fairy when she's old. Really? Life is difficult for a middle-aged fairy. Have you ever noticed in every book about fairies, there are always beautiful young females? Now you know, and I know, that not all fairies are young. So I'm a middle-aged fairy. Have you ever read in the situations vacant column a vacancy for a middle-aged fairy? There's just no work around. The only time I ever heard of an old fairy getting work was the fairy godmother in Cinderella. Now, I was sitting at the bar once with a lot of other fairies, drinking nectar, when this beautiful young thing came to sit down next to me. She did. I said to her, "Hello, love. What's your name?" She says to me, "Thistledown." I said to her, taken aback a bit, "Pardon?" She says, "Thistledown." "Oh, I see," I said. "Thistledown. I thought you said it was raining heavily." Have you ever wondered what a fairy does? One of the best known jobs is collecting children's teeth. You know, leave two bob under the glass beside the bed tree. Now, have you ever considered collecting children's teeth and paying for them? The price they expect you to pay. I had one boy who left his tooth in a glass with a bank card machine. And that's not all. The docket was made out for $50. Have you ever met a fairy before? I'll say it again. Have you ever met a fairy before? We're not all dressed like this. You might be sitting next to one. Look at my wand. I used to be able to change frogs into princes. Now I can't even remove a wart. Oh, no one loves a fairy when she's 40. No one loves a fairy when she's 40. Oh, no one loves a fairy when she's old. She may still have a magic power, but that is not enough. They're like their bit of magic from a younger bit of stuff. When once your silver star has lost its glitter, and your tinsel looks like rust instead of gold. Oh, your fairy days are ending when your wand has started bending. No one loves a fairy when she's old. Oh, your fairy days are ending when your wonder started bending. No one loves a fairy when she's old. Goodbye, cruel world.
Well, you take some skin, jazz begins. Then you take a bass.
Man, now we're getting someplace.
Take a box, one rocks. Take a blue horn, you on and on. Oh, you take skin. Well, next, take a ball.
Oh, hold the phone.
Take a spot, cool and hot.
Now you has jazz, 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 jazz. Les tout ensemble. Thoroughly. Therapeutic. Now you has jazz, jazz, jazz.
David Jones on sax.
Miss Fiona Tassoni. Now you has Mrs. Carol Aylward.
Eric on skins.
Oh yeah.
If you sail
Sailing, sailing.
over the sea,
Will you wait for me?
take my tip, they're all moto hip in Indy.
Well, Alvaraduce, as for France.
Oh, I know jazz is very big there.
Yes, believe it or not.
Oh, I do believe, I do indeed.
The Frenchmen all prefer what they call lay jazz hot.
Hold me down.
Take a plane,
Flying, flying,
go to Siam.
such a long way away.
In Bangkok, 2 day round the clock, well, they all like to jam.
You're telling me
Indians on
they're just like us.
the Amazon.
What a hip waterway.
Beat one bar and all them are.
Well, gone, man, gone.
Ah, from the equator.
Up to the pole.
Everybody winging, everybody singing that rock, 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 rock and roll from the east to the west.
From the coast to the coast.
Jazz is king, 'cause jazz is the thing that folks dig most. Bow, 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 ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And that's jazz.
Harold the Forgotten Man.
Is that what they're saying? Well, did you ever? What a swell party this is.
And have you heard the story of a boy, a girl, unrequited love?
Sounds like pure soap opera.
I may cry.
Tune in tomorrow. What a swell party this is. What frails, what frocks,
What broads?
what furs, what rocks.
They're beautiful.
Why, I've never seen such gaiety.
Neither did I.
It's all just too exquis, really.
This French champagne.
Domestic, so good for the brain.
That's what I was going to say.
You know, you're a brilliant fellow.
Thank you.
Drink up, Jack. But please don't need that glass, my friend. Have you heard about dear Blanche? Got run down by an avalanche.
No.
Don't worry, she's a game girl, you know. Got up and finished fourth.
Kids got guts.
Having a nice time? Grab a line.
Have you heard that Mimsy Star?
Oh, what now?
She got pinched in the ass.
Soft again, eh?
She was stoned.
Well, did you ever?
Never.
What a swell party this is. We sing so red,
too red,
like old Camembert, like Baba Room.
Don't dig that kind of crooning, chum.
Have you heard it's in the stars? Next July we collide with Mars. Well, did you ever? What a swell party this is. I drink to your health.
Now, let's drink to your wealth.
You're my bon ami.
Hey, that's French.
A liberty fraternity. Have you heard it's in the stars? Next July we collide with Mars. Well, did you ever? What a swell party, a swell party, a swelligant, elegant party this is. Sun-tanned, wind-blown, honeymooners at last alone, feeling far above par. Oh, how lucky we are, while I give to you and you give to me. True love, so on and on it will always be. True love, for you and I have a guardian angel on high with nothing to do but to give to you and to give to me love forever true. For you and I have a guardian angel on high with nothing to do but to give to you and to give to me love forever true, love forever true.
Well, I was born an original sinner. I was born from original sin. And if I had a dollar bill for all the things I'd done, there'd be a mountain of money bowed up to my chin. Hey! My mother told me good, my mother told me strong. She said be true to yourself and you can't go wrong. But there's just one thing that you must understand. You can fool with your brother, but don't mess with a missionary man. 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 Oh, the missionary man, he's got God on his side. He's got the saints and apostles backing up from behind. Black-eyed looks from those Bible books. He's a man with a mission, got a serious mind. There was a woman in the jungle and a monkey on a tree. The missionary man, he was following me. He said, stop what you're doing, get down upon your knees. I've a message for you that you better believe, 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 believe. Don't mess with a missionary man. 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 With a missionary man.
Many, many years ago, when fierce dragons still ruled the earth, and evil and magic was an everyday problem, every boy wished that one day he could be raised to the honoured appointment of knight, and wear armour, defend helpless maidens, and slay dragons. We are concerned that such noble deeds go unrecognised, so Electric Light Theatre tonight has pleasure in bringing you one such story of that most famous dragon slayer of all time, St. George.
Knights, gather around. I have a proclamation from the king. Knights assembled. The beautiful Princess Marigold has been captured by a fearful ogre and taken prisoner in the Castle Amber in the province of Sargon. You are commanded to seek the princess, rescue her, and bring her safely home.
Oh, I don't like the sound of this. You all know of the dangers in Sargon province.
The fiery dragon which has a breath which will melt your armour.
Then there is the ugly monster which lives in the castle.
Then don't forget to smoke with the hungry crocodiles.
Then you have to get past the fearful ogre which lives in the castle.
I wonder who we could get to take on the task. George, my fine young man, come here.
Tell me, George, how would you like to be a brave knight and wear bright, shining armour?
And wear a sword.
Oh, great! I've always wanted to be a brave knight. What do I have to do?
We have a proclamation from the king himself.
The king? Oh, boy!
It's really simple. All you have to do is bring home the Princess Marigold.
The Princess Marigold. Ah.
Here is the sword and a map. You must leave the Castle Amber straight away.
Waiting at my water's edge.
I'm the king's knight, George. I seek to rescue the Princess Marigold.
Well, do you now? I have eaten many knights who seek the Princess Marigold. I have eaten many.
Poor Croc, you look hungry. Let me get you some fruit from this tree. Perhaps that'll help to feed you.
You are so thoughtful. Pull on the rope over your head and that will release the drawbridge so that you can get safely to the castle.
Oh, thank you.
Well, do you now? That might be difficult. To rescue the princess, you must first seek the terrible dragon. He is fierce and angry, and will tear you apart, limb from limb.
Why must I seek the terrible dragon?
It is the dragon that holds the secret to the Princess Marigold. I have placed her under a spell, and to rescue her you must slay the terrible dragon. Now go and meet your doom, if you must rescue the princess. Ha 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 ha!
Do you think we could slay the dragon? Perhaps we could. Together? We must rescue the princess! After all, knights are supposed to be brave. Let's start looking around. This is no good. We can't find the dragon by ourselves. Perhaps all those people out there can help. Well, they don't look very bright. Perhaps they could. Now listen carefully. When you see the dragon, I want you to yell out, "The dragon!" Can you do that? Yes. Let's practice. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Not very good. I could hardly hear you over the jungle noises. Let's try again. After 3. 1, 2, 3. That's better. Now you've got it. Right now, kiss her. Not now, you stupid idiots. And when you see the dragon. Where? Where? You're pulling my leg, aren't you? You're making a joke out of this. This is serious! Did you know that there's... Yeah, right. Pull the other one! Go for it! Tease me! I don't care! You don't like me, I know it. Prepare to meet your doom!
Spare me. Spare my life, O brave knight.
The dragon! I must kill you! To rescue the Princess Marigold! You had commanded it!
O great knight, you are so brave, strong, and kind-hearted. Please spare my life. Besides, remember your 8th Scout law.
Ah, yes. My 8th Scout law. A scout takes care of natural resources. What should I do? Should I kill the dragon? Should I? No! I must obey my 8th Scout law. Arise, dragon, your life is spared, and I'll pass my tenderfoot.
Your kindness and the 8th Scout law have broken the ogre's spell.
smile tomorrow, a reason to go on, 'cause the sky is always darkest before the new day dawns. Love is just around the corner, standing out of view. Love is just around the corner for you. Don't ever stop believing the sun is gonna shine, 'cause it's worth giving and receiving if you'll only give it time. Don't think you found salvation, that day is won when you reach your destination. The journey is just begun. Love is just around the corner, standing out of view. Love is just around the corner for you. Love is just around the corner for you.
Tapping into ya, the pressure's everywhere, going right through ya. The fever's in the air, oh yeah, it's there. Don't underestimate the power of a lifetime ahead. Electric youth, feel the power, you see the energy coming up, coming on strong. The future only belongs to the future itself, and the future is electric youth. It's true, you can't fight it, live by it, the next generation. It's electric. We've got the most time to make the world go round. Oh, can you spare a dime? Place your bet on our sound. Come back to town. Don't lose sight of potential masterminds. Remember when you were young. Electric youth, feel the power, you see the energy coming up, coming on strong. The future only belongs in the hands of itself, and the future is electric youth. It's true, you can't fight it, live by it, the next generation. It's electric. We do what comes naturally, naturally. You see now, wait for the possibility. Don't you see a strong resemblance to yourself? Ooh, don't you think what we coming up, coming on strong. The future only belongs in the hands of itself, and the future is electric youth. It's true, you can't fight it, live by it, the next generation. It's electrifying. Relaxation, elation, generation of an electric youth. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over sideways and under on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, fantastic point of view. Know what to tell us from, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world, fantastic place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear, and now I'm in a whole new world with you. It's joy, it's jumping, it's really jumping. Come and cast and check your hands on me. It's joy, it's jumping. The piano's thumping, the dance is bumping. This is what is falling on. In fact, it's joy, it's jumping. Check the weapons, tap the door, be sure to pay your quota. Let the leather on the floor, grab anybody's daughter. The roof is rocking, the neighbors knocking. We're all home when the wagon comes on me. This joy is jumping.
It's astounding. Shush! Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely, not for very much longer. I've got to keep control.
Remember, doing the time war, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me, and the mother would be calling. Let's take off let's do time off again. Let's do time off again.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the cast and crew, 10 years ago, this little show started off with a cast of 40 and a budget of $500. Today we've got a cast of 70 and a budget that's closer to $20,000. We've come a long way in 70 years, and there's one thing that over those 70 years that's been constant. 10 years? There's one thing that's been constant all over those 10 years is Richard Tankard.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks. 10 years. 10 years of this. 10 years of this sort of thing. When we started 10 years ago, I don't think any of us imagined that we'd be this big or have as many items or as many different lighting arrangements or this many musicians. We had in the first show a piano player and a drummer and a kazoo player or something. And it's really come on. Like in the first show, 1985, we had a dance movement that went like this. And then there was another one that went like this. And then, yeah, half of the people got it right. 10 years later, we're doing moves like this. You might have to hold this, Mike. Oh, no. That'll give you... That'll give you some indication of how much this show's come on. 10 years, it's followed me through high school. I started this in year 8, went through high school, went to Adelaide, then came back for a year, and no matter what's happened, ELT's always been here during summer. And you'd look forward at the end of each year. Sure, you'd say at the end of each year, that's it, that's enough, but you never really believed it. You kept coming back, because October time, you'd fill out that form, and before you knew it, you were in the show. And it followed me through long hair and short hair, and fat and skinny and fat. And it just keeps following you, ELT, but I'm glad it did, actually. This year's production team I got involved on. I'm not quite sure why, but I got involved in it. And it was really good to see how hard these people actually work. They cop a lot of complaints sometimes, but when all's said and done, they do a really good job, and they give up all of their time for you people and for those people. And the idea is for everyone to enjoy themselves. And I think that's what's happened tonight. You've all enjoyed themselves. You've all enjoyed yourself, hopefully. And that's the bottom line with ELT. It always has been. Thanks. One of the production team is David Jones. David, you're an idiot. For one reason. No one but you would do the orchestrations for every number in every show every year. You're a sick man. You've got to stop that. So big hand for this man. He's on the production team. He's in the orchestra, and as part of the orchestra, I've seen it start there. Then it went onto the stage at the back, and then we were elevated up near the roof, and then we're up the aisles. Now we're in the pit again. Next year, I think Mike's going to have us on the roof, car park, and by the year 2000, we're going to be the first production to have an orchestra on the moon. What you see here is something that's serving a very important purpose, and that's an outlet for young people to perform. And this town caters very well for sporting groups. This is the sort of thing that this town needs. Young people being able to perform in front of people, because being able to perform holds you in good stead to deal with people, to be more confident and to mature. And over 10 years I've seen the little ones really mature into something quite special, and it's in no small part due to this particular show, Electric Light Theatre. Just finally, Who was in the show in 1990? Put your hand up. Okay, well, if you didn't know already, I was in a barbershop quartet that you saw, and I went on stage without a jacket. I left it behind, and I'd like to set the record straight tonight. The dog ate my jacket. Right? It's true. And yes, it was one of the highlights. What happened in the next couple of minutes was very spontaneous, and sure, I mucked up, but it was a very exciting couple of minutes because I was off stage getting the jacket, running off stage, and Scott and Carl and Shorty had to talk about what they did during the day, which included sleeping in, going to the workers and picking. Great theatre. And it's a good thing I forgot my jacket because Mike wouldn't have had anything to talk to me about over the last few years. You come up to Mike and he goes, "Oh, you got your jacket on today," or "You haven't got your jacket on today," and you just say, "G'day, Mike, it's Rich," and you go, "Oh, jacket, jacket, jacket." So I think it's a good thing that I forgot my jacket because we've had so much to talk about. I'd like to read a list of 10 people. Oh, not 10, 9. Scott Billstein, Mike Helwich, Janine Morris, who was Milne when I first started out, Kevin McCoy, Benita Billstein, Des Tobin, Peter Norris, and Mike Saunders. Mike Saunders. Could these people come out the front if you're available? Could you come out here? Come on, Benita. Come on. Janine. Kevin McCoy. John Fitzgibbon. What you see here is 10 years of ELT. Vaughan Stirrett, 10 years of ELT. John Bradley. These people are 10 years, and I'm really glad that you hung around to make the show work, because without these people it wouldn't have worked. And it's a little bit sad for me because it's definitely my last show, and it's definitely a lot of people's last show, but if I stop to think of all the fun I've had, the friends I've made, the things I've learnt, it's only natural I'd have no regrets at all. Thanks a lot.
Richard, of course, as you have now found out, is not the only one of the 10 people, or the people who started off in our 10th show, the first show I should say. I'm getting boxed up here too. John Fitzgibbon has got some presentations to make to these people who've put all this hard work into it. And John Fitzgibbon.
Right, thanks cast and crew, and congratulations again on 1994. I know to all those people who have only just joined the cast or the crew, 1985 won't mean a lot to them. 1994 is what it's all about. However, there are some who, as Richard described, have outstayed others, and out of the group, there's a lucky 13 left. So, and the group decided that they would be recognised tonight just with a small plaque and presentation to represent all those years of ELT that's excited everyone so much in this theatre. So if we can call out those names, Benita, if you could just pass them up to me somewhere there, please. Just grab the top one will do. Okay. And as we first saw, Richard Tankard was the first on our list. Well done, Richard. Congratulations. Michael Saunders. John Bradley. Janine Norris.
Can I say something really quick? Really quick. No, I just want to say, in the song We Still Like You, it's not me if I don't say something. And it says, you know the friends we've made in this show, a lot of you don't know, but something really important to me is I met my husband in this show. And I've had my kids, and I just want everyone to know that we do meet our friends here, so look out. Des Tobin. Des up here.
upstairs. Okay, the one for Des too. Well done, Des. Vaughan, one for Vaughan. Peter Norris. Michael Helwich. Hey, Mike. Kevin McCoy. Well done, Kevin. Christine Bennett. Chris up here. Christine. Lisa's coming for her. Definitely no kiss this time. Scott Bildstein. And Bonita Bildstein. And Michael.
Okay, just to finish up the evening, I want to make special mention of all those people who've been involved backstage and around where you can't necessarily see what they've done. Mention has already been made of the work that David Jones has done, but there's lots of other people who've spent many, many hours working into the wee small hours of the morning. And for everybody, whether your involvement in the show has been large or small, you've done a fantastic job. We certainly appreciate it. Well done. Well, I think that just about wraps it up to tonight. John, no, it doesn't wrap it up to tonight. Oh, surprises.
Okay, while we're in the business of presenting plaques, it's nothing to do with dentistry. Boom, boom. This is a special plaque for the man standing on my right, Mr. Michael Saunders, who was the crazed loon who thought up the idea of Electric Light Theatre in the first place. And I've known Mike for about 12 or 13 years, since we were both little kids. And he used to push me around in my stroller when he was at high school. And Michael is probably the hardest person I've ever met to say no to, and I'm sure Scott will testify to that, and a lot of other people standing around here holding the 10-year plaques, and people who have done 9 years and 8 years and 7 years and even 1 year. You're all part of Electric Light Theatre, and I'm presenting this to Mike on behalf of all of you and all of the people who aren't here that have been in ELT over that 10 years, because everybody's got something from it. And Michael, for 10 great years, I'd like you to have that.
Well, this whole production, of course, is a team effort, and without the production team that I have to work with me, it couldn't all be done. So it's not all my work altogether. I have a team with me, and their work is essential. All right, everybody, I think we might have a party to go to. And John, did you want to say something about that?
Kids, we usually don't make too many rules for our party. Number one is that there's a lot of cast members who have been there before. Show the new cast members the way there and help them when they get there. Number two is that this year it's been raining, it's been thistledown, I think, all night. And things are very, very wet, so the party is inside. As you go through the carport, collect what you want to eat and drink, take it around through the back door into the back room area, and the tellies will be set up, and hopefully if the guys out in the van have done the right thing by me, the video will be already started when you get there. So straight through and inside, and you'll remain out of the wet. Thank you.
And lastly, What? I should explain, we have a log award for the person who makes the biggest mistake on the night, which on this occasion is?
Well, final night, we don't give a log award on final night, especially after 10 years, so everybody was perfect.
Okay. All right, I'm glad I'm not putting you all to bed tonight, so have a good night's sleep.
And I think we all owe a round of applause for inspiration she's given to everyone. And for Matt and Carl and Rich and everyone else who's leaving, thanks for everything. You've been excellent.
Okay, people, let's party.